Hey guys, it's Sini-chan and welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a tutorial requested by one of you guys. The World is Mine by Hatsune Miku. So requested in the poll I have in the description. So if you guys have any songs that you have in mind that you would like to see me do a dance tutorial of, feel free to leave it down below. But yeah, hopefully y'all excited for this song. It's a pretty fun song. It's like a performance type of song. I think choreo is chill until you get to like the second half. Second verse has some nice choreo. But yeah, hopefully all of you enjoyed. And without further ado, make sure you're warmed up, stretched, and let's begin. Okay, for the intro of the song, what you're going to be doing is Hatsune Miku's coming off the ground, under the ground as usual. You're going to have your legs in this pose where you have your weight on your left leg, while your right leg is more your toes are on the floor, but you have it raised up and facing this way. Yeah, on 1, 2, 3, 4, your arms are just going to come from down here and raise up to above your head, and then on 5 and 6, your arms are gonna more like twirl in the air, it's like you're going down, up. You can do whatever I do this way, make them face down and back up and down. So it goes 5 and 6, and then 7, you place them beside you with the palm facing down. So all together will be just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Legs don't move from here, so it's just the hands coming up, doing 2 spins and then placing them down. And then to move on to the next count, after we're done this, the hands don't move for most of this. We're gonna go 1, 2. We're simply gonna turn and now put our weight on our right leg over here and face now more towards the right. Since before we're facing to the left this way, now we're facing to the right. For 1, 2, and then 3, 4, we go back to facing to the right side. 3, 4, and then 5, 6. Basically, you're just switching your weight. So fast it goes 5 to the left real quick and then 6 to the right. So all together it'll be just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then to finish this off on 7, 8, you're gonna go back to center, and this arm's gonna go out this way, this one's gonna go behind you, and you're gonna be leaning forward for 7, 8. So if you watch the performance, you know, kind of know what I'm doing, but I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, you're just leaning forward, but still keeping your head up. Okay, that's pretty much what you're doing for 7, 8, and then to get out of this 1, 2, 3, 4, you can just slowly come back up and be back up by 3. So it'll be okay. So it'll be pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. And all together, let's put the beginning of that together with the 1, 2, 3, 4 parts in. So starting from over here when we're doing the slow ones first. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you come back up, you can just place your hands beside you and then keep your legs spread out. Be good. Alright, for this next part, starting from 5, I think the count's on 5, so it's alpha one counts and then the music dies down, but it's right when the music comes back and they go dun 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 dun. So right on that first beat, I'm gonna say it's on 5. So on 5, we're not doing anything with our body, but we're gonna prep by turning our head to the right side. So I'm gonna go 5, and then on and you're gonna look back to the front and have your finger pointed out. So I'm gonna go and so it goes yome or something like that. There's 5 and then on 6, simply gonna hit your head to the right side. So it goes 5 and 6. Okay, so it'll be just 5 and 6. And then from here, if you notice when I do the head, I also add in the hip and then use my leg to like make it much better than just doing the head by itself. It's like just adding more to the move. So it'll be 5 and 6, 7, 8. We're gonna turn and get ready for the next part. She'll come after. So I'm gonna combine it from 2, 3, 4. We'll just do the whole 8 count. So after we did the 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, and now here on 1, we're gonna make sure for 1, 2, 3, 4, we're just swaying our hips left and right. When we get here on 8 and we're gonna have our right hip popped out already. So yeah, your hands will be by your hip, so you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So you start swinging to the right, then to the left, then right, left, and point. So it's like you're placing your finger over here and turning back around. On there. So that's just hip swing over here, then stop and now to finish this off, what you're gonna be doing from here, you're just gonna walk. The walking in this dance is weird since you'd expect you start from the right foot, but no, we're here for and so for the walking you'll start with your left foot, you'd pick it up and then step 1, 2, 3, and then step forward, and then before I forget, yeah, when you do 1, 2, while you're walking, you can take this and then put it back on your hip, 3, and then on your 4th step, you're gonna step and then turn your left foot's heel in. Move back so you can see. So we do a step and then we turn our heel in before we continue walking backwards, but we'll stop there. Since for that count we're here on 4 and the count will be 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Alright, now we can let's try that whole 8 count. So starting from the hip swaying all the way to the end of the walk. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and. So we end here on 8, and for the next parts we hear 8, and we're going to continue walking back, so it's going to go left, right, left, and then 2. And the counts for those would be 8 and it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the 4 and, if you can, as you step, you can step this way so that your legs are in front, but It's a tiny detail, probably people won't notice. But yeah, that's the end of the intro. So let's try it from the previous 8 count, since this one's only a 4 count, and then move on to the verse. And yeah, let's see how we do. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay, and that's going to be it for the intro. If you'd like to see the dance practice for this part, you're going to have a separate video, including all those with slow down music and then fast music. So that way it's easier to like find where you want to practice, you want to learn a specific part and all that. But yeah, now with the intro done, let's move on to the first verse. Alright, now we're on to the first verse of this song. So we ended with us stepping and then turning here on 4 and. I'm gonna restart counting from 1 since it's easier to start from 1 than to start from 5 and things complete. We have 4 and if you did it the way Miku did, your legs over here that comes here real quick. But what you're gonna be doing with your legs are just gonna go out. So what I'm doing is I'm popping my left leg out, then my right leg out. So just one end. Now at the same time, you have your left hand by your hip on here, and your right hand is over here holding up the number 1. Since it goes sono ichi, not ichi, yeah. Ichi should be the Japanese word for 1 if I'm not mistaken. But she goes 1, 2, 3 throughout the whole verse. But she's here holding 1. So this hand doesn't do much, just follows how your body is going. But most of it's going to be on your head. Your head, as you're doing the left, right, it's also going to follow them. So as you pop this one to the left, you tilt your head to the left, and then as you pop to the right, tilt to the right. So it's going to go 1 end. And then on 2, you're just going to step out. So we go 1 end, 2, and then I'm going to show the hips. So here from 2, your hips are going to continue swinging right, left, so it's going to, until the end of the 8 counts. So I'm going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now at the same time, your hand for the first few counts is over here. So it's 2, 3, 4. You're going to switch from it being over here to coming beside your head with your hands open. 4 and then for 5, 6, 7, 8, you can either trickle your hands or do this. Watching the animation, I'm not sure what this hand's doing. I've been doing this instead, since this looks much better. But in the animation, it looks like her hands vibrating, but the fingers aren't moving. So I'm gonna be doing the fingers. So over here, so we simply did. So it'll be here with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And those are the counts there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. After confirming correction, I think I taught left, right. It's actually right and then back to center. So it's going to go 1 end. Everything else stays the same. So let's start from there and then do this whole 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's that part. And then from here on 1, you're gonna put your hands by your hip. So take this hand, put it by your hip, and you're just gonna lean down. It's like, how to describe this? I would describe this laying down move. It's like you're talking to someone and you're like, what? Huh? I don't know, but you just lean down with keeping your head looking up while chest is this way and your legs are pretty much straight. So it's gonna go one and then two. We're gonna get out and step out from here. So we have one on two. We're gonna step out with to the left side. So take the right leg and step it behind you and have this pointed out. And then on end, gonna pop the left leg over here and you're gonna bring your other hand and now it's a two symbol, so it's holding up the number two. So it'll be one, two, and then three, four, we're just bouncing, so I think it goes and two and three and four. And then from here, I'm gonna show the legs first. So we have three and four. We're gonna kick up on end, so it's gonna go and five and six and seven. Yeah, three kicks. And five and six and seven. And what your hands are gonna be doing, they're over here for three. On four and it's gonna switch to a finger, back to a finger. It's gonna go and five and six and seven. So it's gonna go up every time you step down. You place it down. It's like you're pointing to the front. And then to finish this off, we did and four and five and sorry, four and five and six and seven. On and eight, we don't do the step again. We instead step out and do more of the leaning in onto here. I think this one has the hip more popped up. But you step and you're like, yeah, oh. This whole dance is Miku being sassy. So just think of it that way. The song's called The World Is Mine, or people call it Miku's World, so kind of makes sense that way. Okay, so all together from when we ended here, what did we ended with this and then we just leaned forward. Yeah, so we're gonna start from here and then two end. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Yeah, this pose, instead of leaning directly forward, you're to the side, but you're still kind of leaning forward. And that's that 8 count, and let's get out of this here. What we're gonna do is on 1, we're gonna step and look towards the left side here. And then on and, so it's gonna go 1, and you're gonna bring your right hand up, and now it's holding up 3 fingers over here. So that's 1 and, so for 1 and, 2 you don't do anything, and then on 3 you step forward with your right leg, lean down, and then put your right hand by your chest. Yeah, so it's gonna go 1 and 2, 3, 4, and during this part is like a tiny bounce for the 3, 4 as you're doing this. 3, 4, and then to finish this out, you take your left hand and you hold a 3 by your face, and over here you just look really convincing that this is the third point of we understood Japanese, then I don't know what's that. Oh, here, so it goes 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this part is what I was saying is kind of like a performance. If you know the lyrics, you're like performing to the audience. You're not moving, you're just singing. If you're Miku. Hey, let's do that 8 count one more time and then we'll finish up with the counting. So, Remember, you look. So I'm gonna start from 8. Let me see what was before this. I was the stepping when you did this. Just set my legs apart. So remember, it's 1 and that's what we're going from. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then from here, what you're going to be doing is on 1. So here's 7, 8. And 1, we're just stepping up and then being straight upright here. Head face to the right side for this. And if you want to make it more big, Miku's arms as she's going into this, like goes over her head and then comes to over here. But this is just her looking more smug, honestly. Just performance. She's on top of the world over here. So we're here for 8 and there'll be end 1. And then I'm gonna show actually I'll show both. During this whole part, for 2, 3, 4, you'll be just wiggling your finger, like saying no. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's gonna be happening. And for the rest of this, you're just gonna be stepping. So yeah, 1, you're gonna step with your right foot, 2, 3, 4, and then step across, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can repeat that and we'll start from here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So that whole part's walking. You can change the wiggling of the finger to just, for the first part, you can do like 1 every time, 2, 3, 4, and then start wiggling it every, like, more on there. But, yeah. And then we're on to the last part of the verse. So we just finished walking for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On 1, gonna step with your right leg to get ready for like doing a big lunge on here. And basically, your arms are gonna go by your side this way. So left arm is hidden, right arm's up here. What's gonna happen on 1, 2, you're just gonna go down low and then just bounce 1, 2. So it's gonna go 1, 2, and then you'll switch over to the other side. There you go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that's all you're doing. It's just the legs bouncing. So yeah, just that part is just 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the first one is usually more than the second one to get into this. But we do that 1, 2, 3, 4, and then to finish this up, we do the same kind of thing that she likes doing. Before she puts her hands on her hip, she brings them up to her head and then puts them there. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So by 5, your hand should be by your hip. And now we're more upright, but we're still doing the bounce here. So it'll be again 5, 6, 7, 8. So all together that will look like this. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 5, 6, 7, 8 are much less since she's up here instead of being bent down. But yeah, and then for the last count of the verse, I believe, so we did 5. For the next count after down the 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm gonna be walking. I'm gonna show the legs first and then go through the hands with it. So your legs are gonna go 8 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then walk backwards. So 5, 6, 7, 8. You step with your right leg in front of your left leg in front of your right leg. Starts walking to the side, making a turn, and then walking backwards, then turning back on 7, 8. Now, if we add in the hands, what the hands are going to be doing is here for 1, 2, they don't do anything. When you do the step on the 3, you kind of go down and you boop something. So you boop someone's nose over there. It goes 3, and then 4, they open up to meet on your chest on 5. So it's going to go 4, 5 before you turn. So all together, the hands and legs will be pretty much here for 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I believe I lied. This one also has a 4 count in there. So that was technically the last 8 count, but then there's another 4 count. Yeah, so yeah. Alright, so for 1, we're here on 8. On 1, you're gonna bend down and have your hands open this way. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, you're gonna close them, and then 4, you'll step out with your palm facing out, your right palm facing out, left hand's over here, and the left leg is bent this way, and you're looking up for that. So all together, be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's the end of the verse, and we head on to the chorus. So what we're gonna repeat, I'll repeat the 8 count with the 4 count, then just go through the whole verse with counts before I move into the chorus. So we're on playing the 8 count. The 8 count we just did before this was the walking. So from walking here and then the booping on that. Alright, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go through the whole thing. So starting from the one end. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 end, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the verse of the song. I'm gonna be moving on to the chorus. If you like to practice, you can go practice the practice video before moving on. But let's continue on to the chorus. Gonna add this correction here. See, for the ending pose, don't do this. Do this on your head, where your wrist is touching your forehead, while your palms facing that way. Future sitting gone. Go back to present sitting. Alright, we just ended the verse here with this pose. Now the chorus, we're gonna switch our weight back to the left, and I'm gonna show what the legs are doing first before you figure out what all this arm stuff are. Okay, so what your legs are gonna be doing is you're gonna be kicking on each count and then stepping back. So it's gonna start with your right leg. It's gonna kick forward for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on 7, we're gonna place the right leg. Instead of kicking forward, we just place it onto our side, kind of like how the beginning pose was. So that was just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Alright, so what your hands are going to be doing in this part for 1, 2, your hands are they going to prep a bit for before the 1, but basically your right hand's going to go up while your left hand's going down. So it's going to go 1, 2, and then 3, 4, they switch around. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on and you drop this hand back down. So I go 4 and then and it comes back down. So altogether that would just look like 1, 2, 3, 4, and try adding the legs on this instead of the right one kicking. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and pretty simple. It just goes up. This one also comes down from where it was over here, so it just comes down. And they switch and then they come back. To finish this off, if you're doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, both of your hands are just gonna raise up. And then for 6 and, you're gonna do a spin on here. It'll be 6 and 7. We place them by a side. So it'll go 5, 6, and 7. And remember the 7 is when we place legs out. So if I remember 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it should be on this foot. So it's gonna, for you do it with the legs and starting with your right foot kicking out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. So 8 you don't do anything. So that's the first count of the chorus. Let's review everything from the first kick as we did on this here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8. Alright, for the next 8 count, what you're going to be doing, on 1, you're going to kind of prep your hands out, and then on and, you're going to bring them in and then towards the left side. So it's going to go 7, 8, and it'll be 1 and 2. So by 2, your hands should be in this pose where they're just next to each other. It's like you're grabbing something, but instead of grabbing it this way, you're just using this part of your hand in here and grabbing it from both sides. So for 1 and 2, for 3 and 4, what you're going to be doing, you're just going to be swinging the right and left. So it's going to go 3, 4. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for 5, 6, you're going to take these hands, place them down, and then kind of also go down yourself. So it's going to go 5, 6, and then for 7, 8, instead of now, before we're doing 5, 6 facing this way, on 7 we're going to switch and now face towards the center, but we're going to lean forward and put an X in front of us. So it's going to go 7 and then 8, and you're back here, up here. So all together, let's do it slow. I think starting from when we prep our hands into here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just did 7, 8, and then for the next count, what you're gonna be doing, we're gonna continue on with the walking with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This time I'm gonna stop on 6 and put a leg here. So the legs will be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. So 6 you step facing a bit to the left side on here. And now for the hands, on 1, this hand's gonna come up, and then it's by your chest. So it's gonna go 1 and 2, and then 3. This hand's gonna come up, and our and is by your chest. So 3 and 4, and then 5, 6. As you step here for 6, your hands are gonna come up on top of you, and then on 7, they're gonna push down, and you're gonna look a bit up to the top right corner. So all together, with the hand placing here, and then you bring it up to push it down. Then to bring it up, instead of bringing up straight up this way, you can bring up as a circle, so you push down this way. You're making a full circle. So all together from here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then for the next count, 7, 8. What am I doing? Our legs aren't going to be moving for this whole 8 count. It's going to go 1, we're going to prep 1, our hand over here, and then on 2, we're going to take it up, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then stop by our head. And then we do the same with the left hand. It's going to go 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so the hand will be just here for 1, and then 2, it's going to go all the way up here, and then 3, 4, it comes down, and then you repeat the same here for 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do that just one more time before moving on. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, the next part of what we're going to do to finish off the chorus is on 1, we're not going to do anything. And then 2, 3, 4, we're going to start pushing out. It's going to go 2, 3, 4. So we're just going to push out here, 2, 3, 4. And then on 5, that's when the chorus kind of ends. What you're going to do, you're going to step, flick your hand with sass over here. So it's going to go 5 and 6, 7, 8. Right. So yeah, it will be just start from here. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. So here we just did 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And to finish this off before we go into the verse, probably repeat it again in the verse. What we're going to be doing is on 1, not do anything, but then on the and, 2 and 3 and 4, and have your hands by your hips, and you're simply going to just go in, starting with your right hips, and go right, left, right, left, right, left. So pretty fast switching. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I think there's an and, but you can stop at 4. If you don't have time to finish the and, it's fine, since the next move starts right away after. So that part is just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I'm gonna do the and. I think I'm gonna forget after, but yeah, and that will be the end of the chorus. I'll probably start there also for the verse, since I think it's important to get to that and then jump into the next part from there. But yeah, let's review the whole chorus, and then we'll move on to the second verse. So starting from here. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. And alright, and that's the chorus. Let's move on to the verse, second verse. Alright, now we're on to the second verse of the song. I think this is the verse with the first part of this verse took me a while, so hopefully it's not too bad. Now remember how we ended here 8 and then no, over here we did 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 4 and can I do 4 and I'm not sure. Sounds really fast, you can stop at 4 and still be fine. But on 5, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna jump up and you'll jump this is counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Jump up and have your hands prepped this way for the next move. So I'm gonna show the hands first since the hands are the easiest. We're here, I'm gonna reset this is gonna be 1 instead of 5. It's gonna be on 1, and then on each end count, your hands are just gonna be moving up, down, up, down. So it's gonna go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now, if we add in the legs, we have on 1 on end. The leg, what you're doing is you're stepping across, your right leg is stepping across your left leg. So you're crossing here on and on 2, you turn your leg, so before it was facing this way, you turn your leg to face this other way, and at the same time you're using that as the pivot to step towards the left. So how it would look like will be step, so it'll be like step, turn, and then you keep on repeating that. Now the problem where I'm dancing, I don't have space for this move, so I'm gonna end up going over there and then not doing it well. But yeah, I'm gonna start from here to see if I can give myself space. So basically, I'm gonna show the legs by themselves first. So it's gonna go 1, oh wait, we're here 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So we're gonna end 5 and then we're gonna switch real quick. Alright, I'm gonna repeat the legs again and then we'll try doing it with the hands before we do the second part of this. So you're gonna go 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So here at the end, when you see I'm doing and 4, I'm just doing the end 5 since we need to step back. We need to do that all the way to end 5. Now let's try adding the hands. So on 1, you'll be jumping up this way and then you'll be just switching your hands over here. Actually, before I continue, as you're stepping, try to crouch down a bit so you could crouch instead of being straight. I think it helps with balance, but also it makes the move not look like super awkward. And hopefully your shoes don't have too much friction as my shoes, since it takes a long time to turn. Alright, let's try with the hands. So that's that 1 and then we're gonna go and 2 and 3 and 4. Alright, so 5, 6, no, I'm gonna count 5, 6, 7, 8, even though we know it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that was easier. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Alright, now for the next part, we're here on and 5. What we're gonna be doing is we're gonna switch directions. But to switch directions, we need to do a ball change. I don't know who knows what a ball change is, but basically switching the right and left foot. So we just did, I'll start from 4. We just did and 4 and 5. What we're gonna do is we're gonna step right, left. So it's gonna be and the hands will stay this way, but now the legs, instead of this one being the one we're pivoting on, we're now switching to pivoting on the left leg. So we're here on 5 and then we continue 6 and 7 and 8 and. So I may repeat that. So we're over here on, we just did 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. The move is pretty fast, like really fast. The switching here to here, it's that way, and then I think it takes time to just get used to this. So let's try it one more time, and then you can keep on replaying this part just to get used to it, and then once you're comfortable, you can move on to the next part. So do 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, you start this way and then you step this way. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Alright, for the next verse, after we're done all this, you can use 8 to reset, since now we're gonna be, before we had most of our weight on our right foot. As we moved around, we can step together on 8 if you want. And I'm gonna move on to the next part. I'm gonna show the legs first, and then add the hands first after. So it's gonna go 1 and. So basically, just gonna lift your right leg and then put it in front of your left leg crossed, and then the heels are pointing outwards. So this heel's pointing that way, this leg's heel's pointing that way. So it's gonna be 1 and then you repeat to go backwards. So 1 and 2 and then 3 and you step together, and then you do 2 fast ones. So if you're on 2 and, it's gonna go 3 and 4 and. So all together, those legs until there will be just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's 2 big ones, and then we land here, and then we do 2 small ones after we land. Alright, now for the hands. What your hands will be doing? Hope this is right, since videos from 10 years ago, and the recreation someone did, which doesn't have the whole rock going on in the back, has her hands open, so the palms are open. And on each step, so when you do 1 and, as you do the step, you're gonna bring your elbows down, and when you lift your leg, you're gonna bring your elbows up. So it's gonna go 1, elbows up, and down, and then up, down, then up, down, down. So it's 2 slow ones, and then other 2 quick ones. So all together, that will look like this. Just 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, to finish this count, after we do 3 and 4 and, what we're gonna be doing, through all the way to 8, our hands are just gonna be legging high over here with our arms extended all the way. So then there's 5, 6, 7, 8. And now the legs, you're gonna be moving forward. So you're gonna be going 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. And the important thing is as you move, you kick this leg out with the knee facing in. You can kind of tilt a bit to like help yourself support. You go out this way, but then that's basically what's happening. So if I do it all together with the hands, it'll just look like this. Be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. By just waving and stepping on here. You can add your own thing, you can make it cute over here. If you want, you can do a zombie somehow. I don't know. But yeah, let's try the whole 8 count. So doing the spots all the way to the wave. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Alright, and now when you're in the end, I'm gonna move back so I can see my legs again. Oh, we just did 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. What we're gonna do on 1, we're gonna step out here. And if you guys know the twist, an old dance move, if you know this move over here, that's basically what we're gonna be doing. For those who don't know, what you're gonna be doing is your right leg, you're just gonna have it here and you're gonna be twisting it to the right, left, right, left, right, left, left. And as you twist, your arms move naturally with it. So you start twisting it out first. So you go out, out, in, out, in, out, in. So that's the basic move. The way we. Alright, so the way you're gonna be doing the twist in this song, we're gonna switch the 2 counts. We're gonna be doing it for the first 4 counts. For 1, 2, we're gonna be down here. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. We're gonna move back up, lean a bit back, and it's kind of like your body's facing up that way. So before it's like your body's facing down here, and then we move them to face up here. So it's gonna be just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Okay, just have fun with this. Get in the groove. And for on 5, what we're gonna be doing is we're simply just gonna crouch down, same thing we were doing before in the first chorus. When she wants to make a point, and I crouch, kinda, your head is this way, but your body's still facing to the left side. For 5, 6, 7, 8. So pretty much just crouch on there. So crouch on 5, 6, 7, 8. On 7, 8, you're simply just gonna take your hand and you're gonna point or boop something. Miko's too far to be booping noses, so I don't know what she's pressing in the air to be on 7. So we're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're gonna get out of this by walking backwards. So yeah, let's try that 8 count. So 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just get ready for this Charleston. No, not the Charleston, the twist. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, we here on 8, we're just gonna get out here, do 1, since we have our finger out here on 8. Do 1, and then we're gonna walk backwards 2, 3, 4, 5, and. So on the 5 and, it's kinda on the end, it's like a 5 and I do it on the end since that's easier instead of going 5 and up. It's like, in this, I'm gonna be doing it on the end. If you can like tell that part, you can like fix it later. but I'll do on the end since there are just 5. And you just bring your hand out here, your right hand out here, left hand's by your hip, and you turn back to facing the camera. So it'll be 5 and the 6 and 7, 8. So 7, 8, you're gonna come back, lean down, hand on your chest, and we're done this part, and we're back to the chorus and the ending. Right. So we'll just 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Yeah. For 7, 8, you can remove your hand from your hip since it's hard to do it this way. The important one is here, but you can leave it here since I don't think this hand does anything. I can do 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Yeah, that's the end of the verse. Let's go through that 8 count, which is pretty much just walking and then turn. And then review the verse. I'll start from where I ended the chorus on the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 so that we do the jump in after. Right, let's first do the last part over here. So over here, point, yes. Alright, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Alright, let's do the verse. I'm gonna start from facing back here when we're doing the hip thing. I'm gonna count the hip for 5, 6, 7, 8 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully it doesn't confuse you when you do the practice. Since in the chorus we end on 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably the verse I'm gonna count it as 5, 6, 7, 8 so that the beginning starts from 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7, 8. Alright, we're almost done. Now let's go to the last part of the song. We're gonna do the chorus, which is kinda the same vibe. And then there's a small ending part. I'll combine both of them. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, now we're on to the last chorus, and then there's a bit of stuff at the end. I'm gonna call it a mini dance break, but we'll just call this last part just last chorus. So we just finished 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do the same 8 counts we did in the beginning of the first chorus. So for those who remember, you can go watch that part, but it's basically the kick in with starting with the right, and then with the arms. The counts will go like this. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And that part's the same. Part of this second part is the same. So the raising the arms and then bringing them in and swinging is the same. So that went like this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now this is where some stuff changes. So on 5, 6, what you're going to be doing is you're going to just take your hands and you're going to separate them kind of in a diagonal. I would say separate them in a slight diagonal. So we go 5, 6. And then on 7, you're going to bring your hands down, but then you're also going to bring the shoulder up more. Yeah, 7, 8. So it just went 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether, that would be, start from here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then for the next counts, after you're done on this, I'm gonna go back to walking. Same walk that we did, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. But on 5, you're just gonna step out with your leg this way. So your leg's gonna step out on your toes. So not this way, but this way with the heel up. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what your hands will be doing is over here on the previous count, you're just gonna bring them around like you're opening up for 1, 2. This hand's not gonna, it's gonna just go out. This one's gonna travel more. So it's gonna go 1, 2. So you can start them both from the middle if you want. It's gonna go 1, 2. And then 3, 4. And they're gonna close in on each other. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4. By 5, your hand should be already on this pose. So if we add in the legs, it will look like this. It'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Actually, let me fix the legs. The legs, you don't need to kick this way. You can just now do tiny steps. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead of kicking up this way. I think from here onwards, when we're stepping down. It's just for the beginning when we were doing the kicks. So let's do it all together. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we're here on 5. On 6, what you're going to do is right now, only your legs stepped a bit more. We're kind of turned more to the 45 on the left side. What we're going to do is on 6, we're just going to fully turn our body to face all the way 90 degrees. And then on 7, you're going to suddenly look at the camera. I think if you know the song, it's like where she goes, na 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 na, na, or something like that. So on 7, you're gonna look, and then on 8, you don't do anything. So that part is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, before we continue, quick correction. So we're over here on 5, the turns on the 6 end. And then 7. And that's to make it much more sudden. So it goes 5, 6, and 7, 8. I'll just repeat that 8 count through those new counts. So it'll be 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. Alright, now we can move on. From here, what we're going to be doing, I'm going to show the legs. So since the legs are doing the same thing, they just walk in, right, left, right, left, right, left. You stop walking on 6 this time. So you can have your legs together. Right. So it'll be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now for the hands, we're over here. What your hands are going to do is they're going to come in front of your face. And then they're going to come up for 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 6 are just gonna come from out here around, like you're ready to serve something. So 5, 6, and then on 7, 8, your hands don't do anything. Miku's head tilts to the right, so we'll do that instead. So it's gonna be 7, 8. So the hands again, we'll start from here, goes out, and then up here. So I'll repeat those are the counts and add the legs. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try it now. We just step it in place with the legs. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, and then for the next count, we are on 8, on 1, we're going to be doing 3 things. Our hands are going to come up this way, kind of, what did we do this before? Chorus? I forgot why we did this, my mind is blanking. But over here, 1, hands are going to come this way, this leg is going to pop, and we're going to go down. So over here on 8, also our head's going to come back to being straight. Here on 8, 1, we're doing all those things. So head back straight, hand comes up, and leg, you bend down with your left leg popped out more. And it's like we're like offering them something, and then we're like, psych, haha, this is mine. Something like that. But we're gonna be here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on 5, we're gonna jump to be feet apart, hand pointing out, and then we're just gonna swing 6, 7. You can add an 8, but I think it's only 2 swings, so it'll be 6, 7, 2 swings, yeah, 6, 7, and then 8, you're gonna step, and you're gonna raise your left leg, and your right up. So it's gonna go 6, 7, 8, and if you know the song, it's where Miku goes 8, woo, oh wow, oh, she cheers. I feel like I did a cheer wrong. I know I did it wrong. But yeah, that's on the 8, and then that's preparing you to turn around. So let's do the 8 count. So just this and then into 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and. The hips just swing right, left, 6, 7. Then 8 and 1, 2. So 1 we just step back here, and then 2 we start the hip swinging, and it's gonna go 3, and then we don't do another hip swing. It's gonna 1, 2, 3, and then on 4 we're gonna turn and point up. Is that alright? Miku says something here on 4, and then we just walk up. So we do 2, 3, 4, and so 4 point and place it like you did, but it's like you're pointing up and then you place it down. So 4 and then we're gonna walk here. So I'm gonna start with the right leg instead of left. So we go 5, 6, 7, and then 8. We're gonna turn with our left leg, just kind of how we did in the beginning. So I'm gonna go 8 and 1. We're gonna start turning back over there. So let's do that 8 count. So I believe all we're doing is we do the hip turn and then point up, and then step, 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 twist, and then that's where the 8 count ends. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and this is the last part of the chorus. To be honest, I don't know exactly the counts since it's a guitar solo, and I may be slightly off, but hopefully not. I think if you listen to it, actually with a phone by yourself, you'll probably be fine, but I think I know where the count should roughly be, but it's hard without the beats. And man, we just did 8 and. Alright, so we just did 7, 8. We're gonna step back for 1, the right, and then 2, I do. We're gonna shoot this right hand on top here. It's gonna come here. It's like you're reaching for something. 1, 2, 3. You're staying here. On 4, we prep our hands. So as you can see, the hands, my left hand was down here. Both of them just bend to like form, let's say the letter Z. If you look at my hands, they should be forming either a Z or an S. If you look at your hands, they should form an S. Mine should be a Z, if I know how mirrored works. But yeah, hands just bend in for 4. And then 5, 6, 7, 8, your hands are just rotating up. And by the time they reach the midway point, you start also rotating yourself to face the front. So it's gonna go 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So by around 1 or 8, you should be over here looking back at everyone. And the whole time as you are rotating, you're kind of like following this hand until you're following your right hand. So when you put it up, you're looking at your right hand. When you do this, you look towards the left since your right is pointing to your left. On here, and then as you turn, you're kind of following it until you reach over here. Then you start turning towards the front. So let's do that one more time and then we'll finish off. Yeah. So over here, this is gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Now this is the last part of the song, and it's the most, if you like spins, you'll like this one. I'll be doing 3 spins. It's okay if you can't do 3. I think after 2 I feel dizzy, and then the third one I'm just like, oh. So you can do 2 slow ones instead of 3 fast ones, and then you should be fine. But the way you'll be spinning, you're over here, looking this way, you're gonna start spinning this way. So the way the spins are supposed to work, yeah, over here you'll be doing 1 spin, looking to the front, and another one, then 3, end. So you're doing 3 spins and then ending over here right when the drum hits, which I think is on the 3 end. But I can't do the spins well since my shoes have a lot of grip. So spinning that fast also just makes me nauseous for a bit. But the important thing, you want to hit this ending pose. So if you do 1 spin, 2 spins, by the time the song ends, you want to be over here hitting this pose. Over here with your hand up here, right hand on near your head, left hand out, left leg supporting you to the back. So if we try the spins, the counts will be roughly over here on 1. It'll be 2, 3, and outside. This spin is way fast. It's so fast that usually I can do only 2 spins. You'll probably see me in the practice only doing 2 spins. But yeah, if you can do those spins, and then we're done. Song's over. World is mine. Done. So what we're gonna do is let's review the whole chorus thing since I think I spent enough time on this here. So let's review the whole last chorus. And then you can check out the practice to practice everything that counts. And then there'll be a mirrored version. Once you get used to that, you can also watch that. I think the practice also has the full mirrored no counts on there. But yeah, let's do this chorus. So starting from after we did this and then this part. Yeah. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I do the spin. Just spin real fast. So I gotta spin real fast. Okay, and we're done. And that was The World Is Mine by Hatsune Miku. Hopefully all of you enjoyed, had some fun. It's a chill song. No, I still don't like the spins at the end. I can only do 2 spins. Like I give up on trying to do 3. It's like ballerina level spins. But yeah, hopefully all of you enjoyed. Keep on sending song tutorial requests. The next tutorial I'm gonna do is a song request from Honeywix. So look forward to that. But otherwise, hopefully you're all nice and have done enough exercise, ready to sleep off the rest of the day. Yeah. Thank you all for coming to dance with me and hang out. And I hope to see you all next time. And until then, bye bye. See ya. Bye.